relations is kind of a more watered down version of it. They all like to hang out together and figure out how they're going to be masters of the universe and rule the world. So maybe the world needs to be flushed at this point. Maybe they're basically right. But I would start flushing the toilet at the top, not at the bottom where most people are. Because they say, well, the cream rises to the top and we're the cream. Well, actually, it's the scum rises to the top in a political environment. And that's what we live in now, is a very, very politicized society.
Well, and I think, we use the example of the type of people that are attracted to government, these political people who, who like to control others. It seems like you said the same crowd that's really attracted to the corporate world as well, which is why the World Economic Forum works so well. These corporate officers, they have their political actors primarily.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And of course, corporations have become veritable arms of the state. It's Mussolini's wet dream, which has been realized. Few people realize that the word fascism is bantied around all the time, and people think, oh, doesn't that have something to do with black uniforms and jackboots? And no, not really. Fascism is an economic system. It's a melding of the state with corporations. Because Mussolini, he was a fool from so many points of view, but like anybody that rises to that position, it wasn't like he was really actively stupid. And he recognized long before most other socialists did that the government, socialism, can't produce. It shouldn't own factories and farms and things like that, because it doesn't calculate economically, it calculates politically. So the whole thing falls apart eventually, like the Soviet Union did, or like communist China did before it became fascist. Fascism has the big advantage of you let the appurtenances of the free market. People form corporations, they can have businesses, make profits. That's all fine in a fascist society. It's just the government gets to regulate it, keep them, on a tight leash, and tax them. So the government gets all this money flowing to it from these. Fascism makes so much more sense than socialism is for the kind of criminals that like to get into government. So Mussolini